How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing, what I've been playing vid here today to end the year. I didn't end up getting a video up yesterday, As always, plans changed. I was like, oh, I'll do a button pressing sounds vid and PS4 collection. I did nothing yesterday, and I just had to do what I've been playing today. I got a request I'm going to do tomorrow or Monday. I've seen these videos, actually, somebody did one recently, but it was a good idea from the person. They were like, games that I beat in 2022. I wanted to wait a few days to try to squeeze out. Maybe today I can squeeze out one more game completed. I don't know if I'm going to, but it's funny when they said that, they put that comment, I was like, what the hell games have I beat? I did not beat a lot of games this year. I think I have like 9 or 10 on the list. But I like the idea too, though, because I might say I beat, because I'm close to beating a few games, so if I beat 3 or 4 games in January, maybe at the end of the month, I'll be like, games I completed in January or whatever. So that might be something I throw in the mix. But anyway, yeah. The first one is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I talked about this in the impressions video, so I'm not going to go too long on it. Again, I will say I'm enjoying it. I'm about 20 hours in now. I'm on chapter 10. I'm running through the sewers. You fall into the sewers after chapter 9. The mob guy, pulls a lever and you fall into the pit. And you fight this boss, and then you run through the sewers to get back to, is it Sector 7 slums, because Shinra's going to pretty much destroy the Sector 7 slums, killing a lot of people in the process, but I'm still enjoying it. The combat's fun. It's not the turn-based stuff, like I said before. You have like a meter, you have your gauge up that you can do things. When your gauge goes up, you can use an item, a spell, or ability. When you're not doing that, you can just wail on the person pretty much as you please, and then you can block and all that stuff. You can switch between characters, and you're leveling up your character through like weapons, upgrades, and materia, which is like spells. Those upgrade as you use them. There's some side stuff in each area you can do. I've done, I think, all that stuff. There's some mini games. So I did like a box breaking mini game that was kind of fun. There's darts. There's another thing where you're doing squats against these guys at the gym. I beat the first 2 guys, but I couldn't. The third guy was kicking my ass. I'll have to go back to that at a point. Graphically, it looks nice. It has a nice look. I will say, like I said, I never played the original past like the first hour or 2. It does kind of suck that I've read like where this one ends. So I'd assume when they make the part 2, that's going to be like the massive world. So I will say, it's getting a little. The environments are very similar. There was a cool part where you go to Aerith's house where it was all actually kind of like some foliage and stuff growing. There's some green in there as well. That was nice. And a little waterfall, but it looks nice graphically, and I like the environments, but there just have been a lot of the same type of stuff environmentally. That's probably the only knock I have against it, but that's mainly because I think I'm only giving it that knock too because I know when it ends. My friend had played it, and he was telling me how it ends at this point, so I know I'm gonna have to wait for a part 2 to really get the whole kind of experience, but of different shit. And maybe I see some different environments here. I don't know. It's been fun. I like the characters. Cloud's weird because he was an ex-soldier or whatever, and they say it's like 1,000 times. This is like a soldier. I love how they just say soldier. I just love how they do that. And like that's like such a video game thing from back then. And they like harp on it like 600 times, but he goes from like kind of just being like, ugh, I don't give a shit, no nonsense, and he acts like a straight up dick to some people, and you can tell sometimes he's getting some feelings now. But I'm enjoying pretty much all the characters and stuff, so. And everything's nice about the soundtrack's nice, everything else. I guess they remastered the soundtrack for this, but I remember hearing some of those original tunes back in the day, because I like to listen to Final Fantasy music, even if it's from ones I haven't played. And you get the really nice cutscenes when they do them. But yeah, I'm not going to go on past that really on this one, because I talked about my impressions videos, but I am still enjoying it. Like I said, I think I'm 20 hours in, a little over. The second one my fiance and I have been playing, it's Sackboy, A Big Adventure. We're on the last world of this. That's why this is the game I kind of wanted to get. One of the games I wanted to kind of get maybe completed by today. I'm not sure though. But it's fun. He was originally writing a Little Big Planet. I don't think I played any of those. That's like the kind of was Mario Maker before Mario Maker. Kind of it was you build your own levels and you could do other people's levels. That's the same thing in that. Or you can build levels, maybe share them, but you could also do like regular stuff as well. I don't know, whatever. This is a straight up kind of Mario game. There's a game world, there's different worlds. Going to each one, you gotta collect things. You gotta get like these orbs, or whatever they call them. Yeah, I think they're orbs. And you gotta unlock new areas. This guy Vex came and took a bunch of your sack friends and forced him to make some device. I forget what it's called. Now you gotta go to each world, stop him, beat a boss. It's a pretty cool game. It looks nice. You can find all types of different outfits. You can wear them. I think I have a full Hammerhead outfit on now. It's fun platforming. There's some annoying parts in this game though, like because we play. So if one of us leaves the screen, like, remember anybody who played Lego Star Wars 3? I don't know if they straight up call it the Clone Wars. But either way, they had like a split screen where if you moved across, it would kind of split the screen. You could each see what you're doing in this. I'm not seeing that. Like, if I go too far the other way, she can't see what she's doing and shit, so it's kind of annoying. Some of the difficulty stuff, some of it's annoying difficulty, but you have to be very precise with some button presses. But it looks really nice, and the gameplay is fun. You know, types of little... Certain levels will give you like different accessories, like a boomerang, or these, they call them plasma pumps where you can float and shoot little laser things, and what else? Some other things as well. It's like a grappling hook you get to. That's one of the annoying things where if you catch a bomb, R2 throws stuff, but when you catch the bomb with R2, when the bomb comes to you, you pretty much just have to release the button, because I'll instinctively try to push it again to throw it. And then it fucks it up. There's a variety of different enemies as well. The cat's snoring in the background. This game case gives a little bit of the sound. But, it's fun though. It's a good 2-player game. I think you can play up to 4 players as well. It's pretty decent variety. And the funny thing is, though, I was saying to my fiance last night, I was getting annoyed with some of the controls and how the difficulty went from kind of like some tough parts. I hate games that like have a kind of normal difficulty curve and then it like ramps up to like 1,000 on the last world. I was saying to my fiance, I was like, Nintendo like made the template for these games in the fucking 80s, and whenever they put out a Mario type game, like a platformer game, either being 2D or 3D, they're always the kings. Like, they still do it better than anyone else who does parts of it, and it's just crazy how Nintendo's still the master of that platforming genre. Like, they make a platformer, and it's just like, yep, that's the best one. Mario Odyssey, you know, they did it again, you know. But this one is really good. It's a fun game, and it's got replayability. You can go back and shit, and it's like little bonus levels where you can collect the little bells or whatever that are currency, because you can buy outfits too. And there's hidden ways to get to other worlds where you can only access certain levels. You can't access those levels when you're actually playing the world. You have to get in through another world to find these hidden levels. So it's a nice game. There it is, a nice game. It's just got some annoyances, but overall I enjoy it. Sackboy, Big Adventure. Third one I posted on Instagram last night. I've been enjoying. Played a good amount of it last night, but it is Stray. I was gonna just do an impressions for Stray, and I said, you know what? Let me do what I've been playing because I wanted to talk about the Sackboy Big Adventure as well. Like I said, I talked about Final Fantasy already, but as you can see from the cover, he plays a cat here. It's like a post-apocalyptic world. Something's happened. You're with your cat buddies in the beginning, and then you like miss a jump and you fall down, all the way down. You end up in this place where these robots are. You come across this B12. It's this little robot. You do some little puzzling, and he's your buddy. He gives you this. He gives you the backpack. You don't have it at first. It's funny when he puts it on. The cat does the classic thing, like when people try to put like a harness on their cat to take him for a walk. They like fall over, and eventually he gets up. So it's you and little B12, little robot thing. And you're trying to help these other robots. Like, they're stuck in this one area because the robots were around with the humans. And now the robots been around for a lot longer, so they've figured out how to do shit. Because you get story bits from the past, but you go through, the B12 remembers things when you come across certain things. And somehow the cat knows exactly what to do and understands this thing, but whatever, you know, it's a video game. The cat looks great. All the animation's really nice. The game world looks nice too. It's a nice little game. I know this was made by oh look, it's B12 is one of the developers. That's what they call the thing. But I want to say this was made with a small, like not a big development studio made this. I think they did a good job. I know it's not overly long from what I've read, but the little world looks nice. You're in like the slums, and it's like, you know, there's robots you can talk to. You can do some side stuff for them. You gotta collect things for them to get them to do stuff for you, and then you can progress further. The enemies are called the Zerks, and I guess they form from these spores and shit. I guess this is part of the problem with the humans. Like, these things came, and I guess they all died from some kind of disease or something. And because the little robot B12 was around with his master, he's like, oh yeah, this was my guy, he made me, and whatever. And he's remembering stuff, and you can, like, you know, I collected music sheets for this one robot's playing on the guitar. You give her the music sheets, she starts playing. If you, like, rub up against the, because they have, like, screens on the robots, and, like, it'll have a face on it, little, like, dots and the smiley face. If you rub up against their legs, they'll, like, a little heart will appear and stuff. There's some combat. I got a light from the spider to find this one guy, and you can kill these Zerk things. They're like massive ticks, and they'll eat everything. They eat the robots. That's why they're afraid to go out. They'll eat you. As a cat, they run on you. You gotta jam on the circle button to get them all. But usually you run away from them and stuff. But then you get a thing. It's like a light, like a UV type light. You can, you know, it will overheat if you use it too quickly, and you could burn. They will burst. It was at this really disturbing, creepy part. Actually, this game like threw me for a loop. I'm going through the sewers, and there's a bunch of these things, these enemies, and then there's these giant eyeballs everywhere looking at you. I was like, this is turned weird. I like it though. I dig it. And you can meow with the cat. You can sleep. You can claw on doors and rugs. You can knock stuff off of things. Sometimes you have to knock stuff off counters to like something be hidden in a box. It's a good exploration game, even though it's not a massive area. You're finding hidden rooms, and you can get in through like the bars and stuff like that. It's actually really fun. It's a nice change of pace from, even though Sackboy, Big Adventure, I could say is the same thing, but from like a God of War, or an Uncharted, or Last of Us Part 2, Halos, and all that shit. It's just a different change of pace. It's a nice exploration game. It's not overly difficult at all. But there's some interesting puzzles. Like I had to find like ways to get into safes or key codes, and you gotta find it out in the environment puzzle, find the code and stuff. It's fun. Like I said, that's the thing they showed there. There's the B-12 here, and then there's one of the enemies, the Zerks. They remind me of like massively overgrown ticks. But it's nice, it works, you know, like it you know, you think, oh, it's maybe like just a stupid gimmick or whatever using the cat, but it actually works and stuff. And they'll tell you like, oh, you gotta go in because you're faster than these things. We'll get caught quickly. Some decent little puzzle things in there too, and you can jump all over the place, get up high up and stuff, and you gotta figure out ways into places and stuff. And sometimes you gotta pull things out and put them into other things, like these old kind of battery type things. But it's actually a really nice game. I mean, I knew I'd like it. You got a cat involved, right? But it could have just sucked. But it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little exploration game. It's mellow. And you do get a little revved up when those things are chasing you, but it's a nice little fun game, a nice change of pace. It looks nice. Gameplay's fun. A few little glitches here and there, but nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just been a nice game. I would check it out if you're into it. I think this one's getting a little harder to find. I think this one was 40. I got it for Christmas, I believe it was 40 at the time. It's on the PS5 and the PC as well. This has got the PS5 upgrade available. That's like, now I gotta get a PS5 at some point because I have all these games now that I can pop it in. I think you just pop it in and, wait, let's see. Yeah, just throw it in the disk drive. Obviously, you can't do that if you have the digital PS5. So that's cool. You know, I think, yeah, Sackboy is too. Final Fantasy might be as well, but it came out before that. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Or you can play them all on the PS5 and they'll look better, but like these specifically will look a lot better. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, it's a really good game. Check it out if you're in for you want to change of pace and you want to play something that's, I don't even necessarily want to say lighthearted because you're in a freaking world where humans have been dead for a while, and these robots are struggling with these creatures, the giant tick things. But then you play as a cat. And you gotta find your cat buddies. That's the point. Like, I assume you're trying to get back to your cat buddies. It's a nice little game. It's cute. It's fun. Good exploration. Nice, decent little puzzles in there. And the combat when you actually use this light on the enemies works well enough. It'll look creepy too with those giant eyeballs in the sewers. But yeah, stray. Yeah, that's just the games I've been playing recently. I need to get back into God of War. I need to beat that. And I want to pop in Ghost. I forgot I had Ghost of Tsushima. Everybody's like, how you play that? I was like, oh shit, that's right, I had that. So I just like hoarded a bunch of PS4 games, and I was like, okay, now, now what? But yeah, thanks for checking us out, and have a good day.